So, the pressure to perform is something that's been on my mind for the last couple of weeks. And this is mostly because the context that I am currently based in and working in, I feel is very performance driven from the point of view of you have to be seen to doing certain things. You have to be seen to be ticking off certain boxes. And all the way up the chain, everybody's got these boxes that they have to tick. And so, okay, for example, you may need to visit somewhere and you need to take a photo to see that you have visited this place. Now, you may stay there 5 minutes or half an hour, but you need to be seen to have been at this place. And so you may then put pressure on the people that you're visiting to turn up. And then they feel that they have to make sure that they look good so that they can get a good report going back up the chain. And so then they scamper around, rushing to maybe get some snacks together or gather enough people to make this look like a gathering of people that shows that people are coming to this place and actually using this place. And it just becomes this kind of cycle, I think, of having to be seen to be doing the right things, be seen to be achieving certain markers of success. The thing is, that puts a lot of pressure on people. And that pressure goes from the top all the way down. And I don't know if actually it leads to sustainable differences, if it really is something that benefits in the long run, because it's all about being seen to do something. Everybody's got these different pressures that they're trying to reach, these targets that somebody somewhere at the top has actually said need to be done, these measures that we need to see. And also in a very maybe status-driven culture or status-driven work context, all these things have to come together. And yeah, it's just been on my mind because I feel like I've seen the outworking of this pressure and the impact that it has, particularly on people, for want of a better phrase, at the lower end of the ladder. If you imagine a ladder of status or hierarchy within a certain context and stuff. And I just think that pressure is not healthy pressure. It's not healthy for anybody. And I also think to myself, behind that, what is really the belief systems and the value behind that? What is the goal? Is the goal really to put pressure on each other to move towards greater excellence in what we're doing? Or is it the pressure because we have to be seen and we have to tick these things off? Because you see, the thing is, there is a good amount of pressure. Like, I am not a diamond person. I don't really know about diamonds, but I've heard enough, I think, to hear or to understand that to get a diamond, there has to be a certain amount of pressure added over, I believe, a sustained period of time to get a diamond. And obviously a diamond is something that is precious, it is rare, it is valuable, and part of the process to getting that is pressure. So obviously there is an appropriate amount of pressure that needs to be given. And that goes for us. There are things that it is appropriate that there is pressure, positive pressure, in order to get whatever is our version of the diamond. But I think it's important to know, what is this pressure about? Is it in order to get the diamond? Or is it in order just to tick off some boxes? Is it in order to fulfill the expectations of somebody, or in order for people to fulfill our expectations, which may or may not be realistic or appropriate expectations on people? So I'm kind of just musing really with you about this pressure to perform. And I think that if nothing else, because sometimes you may actually live or work in a context and culture that means you have to jump through hoops. And there is not much control you have over that, maybe because of where you're based, where you live, the kind of work you're involved with. But at the very least, let's understand what is driving us. Let's understand what we are yielding to in terms of this pressure that we are putting on ourselves, and maybe then putting on others because of the pressure that's being put on us, or that we are putting on our own selves. So the pressure to perform, it may be a necessary thing, but it may also be something that we can rethink a little bit. So that's my little musings on my Thursday thought today: pressure to perform.